She took a break to find herself slept with other men for 6 months, came back begging. I said hello everyone. Dear listeners, please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's begin the video. Using a throwaway for obvious reasons with certain specifics modified to preserve anonymity. She took some time off to figure herself out, sleeping with other men for half a year before she came crawling back, begging me to take her. I said no. What happened next left her speechless and finally gave her what she truly deserved. I just need to get this off my chest because holding it all in is driving me crazy. 5 years. That's how long I, a 29-year-old guy, spent building a life with someone who threw it all away in pursuit of some pointless self-discovery trip. Her name's Jessica, she's 27, and until 6 months ago, I genuinely believed she was the one for me. We met when I was 24, just promoted to assistant manager at a tech startup, while she was fresh out of nursing school, pulling relentless shifts at Denver Health. I remember thinking she was way out of my league, this beautiful, compassionate woman saving lives while I was stuck behind a desk managing spreadsheets. It's funny how that dynamic shifted over time. By the time everything fell apart, I was making about $95, $0 as an office manager leading a team of over 20 people, while she was earning around $72, $0, constantly griping about burnout from the ER. Money was never a problem between us. I mostly covered our bills so she could save up. I wanted us to build something stable together. Then 3 weeks ago, she came home after a particularly rough shift. Some kid had died in the ER and she was visibly shaken. I held her while she cried, cooked her favorite meal, ran her a bath, your typical boyfriend stuff I'd done countless times before. But something felt off this time. She kept staring at me like she was seeing a stranger. After her third glass of wine, she said, "I need to talk to you about something." Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. My gut knew before my brain did, she added. You know that cold feeling when the temperature drops 10 degrees, when your body kicks into fight or flight mode even though you're just sitting in your own living room. I need a break. That phrase cut deeper than anything else. I asked her what she meant. Were we breaking up? Was she seeing someone else? Did I do something wrong? She responded, "It's not you," but I couldn't help but roll my eyes at the I just don't know who I am anymore. Between the hospital, us, everything, I've lost myself. She said she needed time to figure out who Jessica really was without being someone's girlfriend or someone's nurse. The suitcase by the door should given it away. This wasn't a discussion, it was a notice. She'd already made up her mind, already packed her stuff, already decided I wasn't part of whatever new path she was about to take. I didn't beg her, even though every ounce of me wanted to. My pride wouldn't let it. Instead, I asked practical questions. How long would she be gone? Where would she stay? What about our lease? What about us? She kept saying, I just need time, maybe 6 months. I'll stay with my friend from nursing school in Aurora. She assured me it wasn't about anyone else, just that she needed to do this for herself. That night she left, taking 2 suitcases and 5 years of my life with her. She left me in our 2-bedroom apartment in Capitol Hill, surrounded by her stuff, her scrubs not washed, her coffee mug sitting in the sink, hair ties scattered everywhere. I'm not a weak man. I manage a department, make tough calls daily, let staff go when needed. But that first night alone, I sat on our bed and felt something inside me fracture. Not my heart, too poetic. Something more basic, like realizing my entire life's operating system just crashed without a backup. The next morning, I did what I do best. I compartmentalized and went to work. I showed up early, stayed late, threw myself into projects. My team probably wondered why I suddenly cared about every little detail, but nobody questioned the guy signing their reviews. It's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks of returning to an apartment that now feels like a museum of our relationship. 3 weeks of mutual friends asking where Jessica is, and me explaining she's taking some time for herself. 3 weeks of checking her Instagram every night like some addict. And that's where things got interesting. Jessica's Instagram used to be full of photos of her in scrubs, tired post-shift selfies, hikes in Rocky Mountain National Park, dinner dates, normal couple stuff. But about a week after she left, everything changed. First came new workout pics. Maybe she was hitting the gym to cope. Then came photos of her out partying, dresses I'd never seen before at clubs we'd never been to, dancing with strangers I didn't recognize. Maybe she was exploring herself, finding her identity, whatever that means. But then last night I saw a post that made me write this entire story. It was her in a bikini I definitely didn't buy her, on a beach in Miami with some guy's arm around her waist. The caption read, "Sometimes you have to lose yourself to find yourself." The comments were full of her nurse friends hyping her up. "Yes, queen, living your best life. You deserve this." But what exactly did she deserve? A vacation she couldn't afford when we were together. That bikini probably cost more than she used to spend on groceries in a month. In the background, I saw a bottle service table. I'm not stupid. I know what finding yourself really means. It's her way of FEing other guys without feeling guilty about cheating. She wanted to live out some social media fantasy, leaving behind the boring guy who actually cared about our future. My friends keep telling me to block her, move on, focus on myself, and I am. Yesterday, I crushed a major project presentation. Got hints about a senior management opening. Started hitting the gym at 5 a.m. before work. I even cleaned out her side of the closet and donated her stuff to Goodwill. But what's really eating me is this: she's coming back. They always do. When her money runs out, those random guys stop calling and she realizes that finding herself is just a fancy way of saying she made stupid choices. She'll show up at my door, tears in her eyes, apologizing, promising to do better. And when that happens, I need to be ready. Not to take her back. That's not happening. But to show her exactly what she threw away. To remind her what she could have if she hadn't walked away from 5 years of love, stability, and growth. I'm not naturally vindictive. I build teams, solve issues, create solutions. But inside me, a part of me is growing stronger daily, a part that wants her to see what she lost, to understand that some breaks can't be fixed and some paths only end in dead ends. For now, I'm focused on myself. But I'm also watching, screenshotting, documenting everything because I know this whole thing will blow up eventually, and when it does, I want proof. She wanted to find herself. Fine. But she's going to lose everything else in the process. Update 1, 3 months later, posted by you from Denver. Holy ST. The support from that last post was overwhelming. For anyone asking for an update, brace yourselves because the past 3 months have been in watching someone self-destruct. Remember when I said Jessica was finding herself? Well, apparently, that's a 27-year-old woman with the decision-making skills of a drunk freshman and spending habits of someone who just hit the jackpot. Let me walk you through these 3 months. Month 1 was all about exploration. She moved from Aurora to a fancy studio in Lowe, probably costing at least $12K a month, and started posting gym selfies at some upscale gym on 17th Street where memberships are $200 a month. She bought a wardrobe that would make a housewife jealous. Vegas trip with her friends, meaning other nurses dodging responsibilities. Month 2, she's in living her best life mode. Miami trip turned into a week-long party based on her stories. Scottsdale for some wellness retreat that looked more like a poolside influencer event. She posts cryptic quotes about growth and knowing your worth. Then she bought a new iPhone, MacBook, all that tech stuff, big spender. Month 3, her mask slips. Her frequent posts slow down. The same few guys start popping up in her stories. She's gone from exclusive restaurants to bottle service at sketchy clubs. She even posted a crying story about how exhausting her journey has been. Here's the thing. I know how much she had saved. About $15, $0, that's it. And I made a spreadsheet to keep track, so sue me. She's already blown through at least $25, $0 in just 3 months. It's math that doesn't add up unless those random guys are funding her lifestyle. While she's out acting like a trust fund kid, I've been building my empire. I got that promotion I mentioned, now making $115K plus bonuses. Moved into a sick loft in Reno. Bought the S5 I wanted for years. Started casually dating, nothing serious. Just a reminder that women like her don't need to wreck good relationships to find themselves. My Instagram. It's just a highlight reel showing stability, success, a new car, a new place, expensive dinners, weekend trips to Aspen. I don't post thirst traps or cheesy quotes. I post real stuff. And that's when the text started, first from her friends, then from her by accident. Hey, how are you doing? Jessica told me you got promoted, congrats. Testing if I was still hung up. Then came accidental text, sorry, I meant to send that to someone else until last week. She really FE'd up. See, nurses have standards, professionalism, integrity. And when she calls in sick to party in different states, post evidence on social media, her boss follows her on Instagram. Last week she called me crying that she might lose her job. HR wanted to discuss her attendance. I asked why she was calling me since we're on a break. She's not my girl anymore. She was desperate, saying she didn't know who else to turn to. I kept the call short. Told her to be honest with HR and take responsibility. What I didn't tell her was I already heard through the grapevine that Denver's medical community is tiny, and her reputation's already ruined. She's missed shifts, hung over on duty, distracted during work. Her caring nurse's side that used to cry over patients is gone, replaced by someone more interested in planning her next trip than saving lives. And that studio apartment that she couldn't afford. She's 2 months behind on rent now, that security she threw away for this self-discovery nonsense. Meanwhile, I'm thriving. My team scored a huge contract, a big bonus coming. I've been seeing a lawyer who owns her condo, drives a Tesla she bought herself, and thinks taking time off her relationship to F other guys is just high school stuff. But here's the kicker. I kept everything. All her posts, stories, tagged photos with random dudes, her sick days, Miami, Vegas. Didn't matter if I was bitter, maybe a little, but mainly I knew this day was coming. She's spiraling, and it's only a matter of time until she shows up at my front door. When she does, she'll learn that some bridges, once burnt, never get rebuilt. They just leave you stranded on an island of your own making. Stay tuned, guys. The final act is coming, and it's going to be epic. 6 weeks later, posted by you from Denver. Bro, the chickens have come home to roost, and they're covered in the ST of bad decisions. Remember when I said she'd show up at my door? Well, I was wrong. She showed up at my office. Yeah, my office. Let me paint the scene. Tuesday, 2 p.m. I'm in the middle of a big meeting with our CEO and some investors planning multi-million-dollar deals. Suddenly, my assistant walks in, something she never does unless it's urgent. Jessica's in the lobby, says it's urgent. The CEO, who knows my story, because we grabbed drinks a few times, raises an eyebrow. I tell him I'll be 5 minutes. When I go down, Jessica looks bad, probably not homeless, but she's been crying nonstop, makeup smeared, not caring. She's wearing old leggings and a hoodie I recognize from my closet. She's no longer confident and lively. Instead, she looks like life hit her with a semi-truck. We need to talk, she says. Then talk, I reply, checking my watch. You got 4 minutes. She breaks down, full-on ugly crying right there in the lobby. The security guard steps closer, but I wave him off. Let everyone see it. Let everyone see what happens when you gamble with someone's heart and lose. The story spilled out. She lost her job because of attendance issues, got evicted, maxed out her credit cards. The guy in Miami, married, her name's all over the court docs. The Scottsdale guy only wanted her around when she paid for bottle service. She's now couch surfing with her party friends, the same ones who told her to leave me. She kept crying. I FE'd up so badly, I just wanted to feel alive again. The hospital was choking me, I was drowning, so she jumped ship, and then she really laid it all out. I know you're doing well, she said. I saw your promotion, your new apartment, maybe we could try again. I've changed. The only thing that's really changed is her bank balance. I looked at this woman I once planned to marry, who I supported through nursing school, who I held through every tough shift, every lost patient, every doubt, and I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, just cold clarity. I told her loudly enough for everyone to hear, Jessica, you didn't lose me. You threw me away. You packed your bags, walked out that door, and spent 6 months FEing anyone who bought you a drink. You told people I was controlling and boring, that I was holding you back. You posted about finding yourself while you were just chasing new guys. And now, When the money's gone and the party's over, you want to come back. She started to speak, but I wasn't finished. I found someone too, someone who doesn't need to destroy a 5-year relationship just to figure himself out, someone who thinks stability and commitment aren't boring, someone building a future, not burning savings for Instagram likes. Please, she whispered, I have nowhere else to go. Maybe you should have thought of that before you left the one person who actually cared. I turned and started to walk away, then paused just to make sure she felt it. Oh, and Jessica, next time you're trying to find yourself, try looking somewhere other than between another man's sheets. Security escorted her out and I went back to my meeting. Closed the deal, by the way. Our CEO later said I handled the disruption with real professional grace. But we're not done yet. See, Jessica's biggest mistake. She forgot I'm not just good with spreadsheets, I'm good at strategy. And those screenshots I kept, her social media posts, tagged photos, stories, became crucial when she tried to rewrite the story again. Posts about how I abandoned her when she needed me. How I was cold and heartless for not helping her. How she dodged a bullet by leaving me. Well, I set the record straight with one powerful Facebook post, tagging her and all our mutual friends because you don't get to rewrite history. You left. You chose the party life. You chose hookups over genuine love. And I chose to move on. The cold truth. Your choices have consequences. Good luck on your self-discovery journey, Jessica. I hope you find someone worthy of real love someday. I included a collage of her last 6 months. Beach photos with random guys, club videos, cheesy living my best life captions, all the comments from her enablers. The fake social media persona she built crumbled as her real life caught up with her. Her family-fed lies started asking questions. Her nursing friends who had egged her on suddenly went silent, and her reputation torched. Her self-discovery was just a free fall. She's now back at her parents' house in Colorado Springs, jobless, broke, and with nothing but memories and regrets. Meanwhile, I'm thriving. Lawyer by my side, whose own life is on point. We're planning a trip to Bali. My career keeps climbing. Life's good when you know your worth and refuse to settle for less. Vanessa's search to find herself. Yeah, she did. Turns out she found herself utterly alone, serving drinks at our corporate events that I personally booked. A front row seat to the life she abandoned, serving champagne to the man she thought was too dull to keep her interest. Some say it's cruel. I call it poetic justice. If she wanted to find herself, she sure as hell found a life serving drinks to the person she once loved, who now couldn't care less. As for me, I'm done. Done with the anger, the petty revenge, the dead-end life she thought she could build. The best revenge, living well. And brothers, I'm doing just that. To every guy out there told he's too boring, too stable, too predictable, F that noise. You're not too anything. Your stability is strength. Your reliability is attractive. Your boring life, that's actually beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you that building a real future isn't exciting. Don't believe loving deeply is worth less than sleeping around. And definitely don't ever take someone back who thought the grass was greener, only to find it was spray paint. I'm marrying next year. We're buying a house in Cherry Hills. Starting our family, building the life I always wanted, a life where stability isn't a weakness but the foundation of something real. Vanessa will probably be serving champagne at our engagement party. I'll tip her well for her to learn her lesson, because she taught me the most valuable lesson of all. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Peace out, brothers. I found my queen. And the woman who was trying to find herself. She's still lost, serving appetizers to the life she threw away. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. If you like what you heard, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.